the private sector is helping in ensuring that these equipment or items that are required for clean cooking and green energy are there. You already have that understanding. Are we together?
Yes.
So what you're saying is that small talk also requires effort. For you to turn small talk into opportunity, it requires effort. You not walk in, ukuje tumekuja forum, unatuambia traffic for 1 hour, unatuambia Kasongo for 1 hour. You can get in there for a minute, you cannot lament about taxes, but that should be a very few minutes. Then find your way of circling the main objective of that forum so that you're able to connect with this person and then they can see value in you. And that's how you create opportunities. If I walk into a forum and you converse with me about the weather only, I leave the forum, I will forget you. Are we clear? I will forget you. If I come to that forum and you engage me and you don't say so and you show me where you plug in, then I quickly connect with you and I can continue the conversation with you. So then the question is, what would make this person interact with you? If I'm Phil, for example, if I'm Phil, for instance, and I'm in the Clean Cooking Alliance of Kenya and I interact with somebody, then as I interact with the CSO, then I'm quickly figuring out within this space, where does the CSOs fit in? Where is an area of connection between the CSOs and the association? What the association is doing on the CSOs? Are we together? So small talk is not the cheap talk you do at the stage ya mkingoja basi jai, because you're not operating at a different level. You're operating at a level where our small talk needs to move from, yes, I can start with Kasongo, but Kasongo should last 1 minute. If Kasongo is going to last 2 minutes, then we're discussing how the tax policies are affecting the energy sector. Usiishi hapo unaongea shisha, shughuli. How are the tax policies affected? How is the income that is being reviewed affecting the advancement of clean energy in the space? The availability and access to the clean energy items for the local household. If I'm an engineer, we are discussing questions like, I need very quickly you assess, if you're an engineer, you assess maybe prudence, who's in the technical space, then the quick conversation is, by the way, does it mean we can totally eliminate some of these energies? Then that's what we're discussing. No, we cannot eliminate them. So we cannot fully transition to solar because there are areas like Kakamega where they go for some months where there's really no electricity. So if you have to fully rely on solar, it means they will be stuck. Then you're discussing what other alternatives then are there. Then you're having a conversation. Intellectual is connected. Then now go finding one. Now at this level, what does Y4AC do that then I can do that now connects with you? And that's where now you're finding the things of seeing. Am I making sense for some? What is the risk we face? The risk we face is you go to networking events and my mind is focused on networking. So everybody I meet, I'm meeting around the first question, I need this, and this is what I did, and I am blah blah, and you give them an array of things. In 1 minute, umeangusha CV yako. So this person is thinking, too much information, overload of information. Remember, in a networking event, you'll be introduced to at least 5 people. So the question somebody is asking is, at the end of this event, will I remember all these things? Feel you need partnerships. Joy. I've met in networking. Brothers. You introduced to 5 people. By the time they are going home, you've exchanged how many numbers? Cynthia, when we went for that one, how many numbers did you go home? If we ask you for a summary, how many were you able to do follow-up? How many have you done follow-up? Why do you think we don't do follow-ups? Because we drop investment as well. As I stand here, I'm a trained accountant, I'm a certified accountant, having done some accounts. I do finance in some places. I'm a nice person. I can help you handle them and all that. I do project management. I'm an MC professional outside. I'm under the function. I'm a public speaking coach. So imagine I've gone to an event and I'm just getting done. Now I want to see all those things. I'll give you first start what I learned. I used to go to events and I drop those things. And by the time I'm done speaking to this person, the person can't do that. People are like, okay, we'll keep talking. Thanks. It was nice knowing you. Good and everything. Ah, you don't decide. The person is together. Bringing me the second part of this conversation, where we are doing how to make impactful matches. You have a small talk that has introduced you. This is an area where it was casual, around the table. You got talking. You probably come, remind me to segue back to how to tie your intro to that. Pitch. How do you introduce yourself to leave a lasting impact? How do you introduce yourself so that that person now can see you? You have all these things that you know. Wherever you're working, you want to talk about organization. How do you table it without people wondering, am I doing? You should have done it. Which organization is that from? That one.
So fair.
If I ask you about organization, you do many things. How do you create an impact so that Alvin actually remembers you and not forgotten? Number one, if you're keen about networking, I'll challenge you again. Do your homework before. Do your homework. If you're fortunate to get some of these events so you can actually see the guest list, and you've seen an interest in an organization where you have interest in, do your homework. If you can know the person coming and you have an interest, go understand that this person, who is he, what does he do, so that when you're meeting with them, you have something to learn. Especially people who are in partnerships. Yes?
So sometimes due to data protection,
Yes.
organizations will not be able to show you this list.
Yes.
So you make sure that you are in that meeting during introduction so that you mark specific people that you want to reach out to.
Are you together? So if you're fortunate that you get to see the guest list, then you know. Sometimes you may not see the name of the person, but you can see an organization and they're saying, I'm interested in this organization. So we all know the organizations. When you're going there, you're like, I want to meet with someone from this organization. Do your homework and get to know what do they do. So that when it becomes the second part I'll be doing, you already know which part of the introduction to share with this person. Number two, as you're going, go prepared. Carry a notebook, carry a pen. Don't assume it will be given. Why? So that as the names are going around, Nikisha's here, I'm dealing with Cynthia from Youth for Sustainable Energy. I've written Youth for Sustainable Energy, Cynthia, what is her role? Are you together? Cynthia, Youth for Sustainable Energy, what is her role? Prudence, this organization, what is her role? So you already have a clear list of the people of the organization. Then comes the moment when we're coming to the introduction. We call this an elevator speech. We call an elevator pitch or speech because you have about 30 seconds to make sure this person decides whether they want to continue having a conversation with me or not. So the moment I come and I say, hi, Winfred, hi, have 30 seconds for that person to decide if this person was spending the rest of the evening moving away from. Because there are many people lined up. And for most of us as young people, when we go to functions, we're looking to interact with the cream de la cream, we're also looking to interact with their friends. Sijui kama nasikia predicament. Wewe uko hapa, you are asking, can I get a minute with this CEO? This CEO is thinking, I am here with the person part of this organization, I would want to take a few minutes with this person. So you are an underdog in chasing the attention. So when they greet you, you have 30 to 45 seconds to introduce yourself and leave an impact to make them say, here is my number, reach out, or give me your number, and I'll reach out. How do you achieve this? come in. One, when you get to this person, what is your name? Let them know. That's what number one. Hi, my name is Joshua. This person you are going to is not a person sometimes you probably understand. And you, what is your name? We expect you should have already known their name. People feel good when you already know their name. So if you want to interact with Donvin, try know my name. Then by the time I'm with, hi Donvin, my name is Donvin, and this is what I am. At the top, people look for solutions. People don't look for, they're not out to help you. Can I repeat that again? The person at the top has too many people from their village, has enough people from their family, have enough classmates, they have enough churchmates, they have enough all these people who are telling them, mtoto wangu anataka usaidizi, ndugu yangu anataka usaidizi. So as they come into this forum, they come to look for you. It's you to find a way of rising above all these people so that you're on top of their list and they're thinking about you. What will make them think about you? Show them a solution. How do you show a solution? When you're introducing yourself, don't give me a title. Why not give me a title? Because you'll come and tell me I'm a project manager. Project manager in my ICT space is different. Project manager in that other company has a different understanding. Tunaelewana? The JD, the title could be this, but the JD could be different. I want to catch this person's attention. So what am I going to give? I will give the solution. My name is Donvin, and as Donvin, I help empower organization members so that they're able to deliver on their productivity. I help them improve their productivity by empowering them on people management. My name is Philomena. I help manage the partner relationships in our organization, keeping database and ensure that our partners are constantly updated with what is happening. I've not given my title, but I've shown this person where if they are to plug me into their space, they will directly plug me in. Melon, if I give my title and I said I'm partnership, oh, you're partnerships, that is good. I'm leaving the space to ask, so what do you do?
Yeah.
But I've used those few minutes to say what I do so that this person now can ask me, tell me more. I've got the difference. I've given the time to say, tell me more. So in 1 minute, if they actually were looking for someone to handle that, I've told them, I am the person. If I'm not the person, they already know. And if I am the person, you'll see them nod and say, nice, okay. Tell me more about this. Then now, move the conversation. Remember, you have a few minutes. Are we together? You already knew that person. So when I come and I tell you that, even as Philomena, I could be handling partnerships, Philomena could handle procurement, Philomena could handle all this, but in this forum, she's done her homework and she knows. If she's meeting Donvin, she knows for Donvin, the introduction for Donvin is the procurement man. Because I'd said you are multifaceted. So your intro cannot be one intro for every other place. You need to know the person I'm interacting with, what area will they connect with, so that you give them that area of connection, then open up a window for further conversation. The temptation is usually to show how good you are. And I speak having done that. I speak having gone forums and felt the way I should tell people, this big person I am, this many things I can do. Then when I'm done thinking, they're wondering, okay, so out of all these things, we'll talk. I see many areas of working, but we'll talk. We'll talk, we'll shang up. We'll talk, we'll shang up. But if you're able to get this person's attention to the point that they ask you, that's what you do. Okay, tell me more. Then you've created, from your 30 seconds, you've created another 5 minutes for you to elucidate, to explain further. When you're explaining further, try to stick to that. Don't try showing the way you can jump through everything. At the first impression, you're interested in that thing. So one, you said one, your name. Two, what solution are you offering? I'm speaking at a personal level first. What solution are you offering as a person? Yeah, we're meeting here as young people. I say, I'm selling myself. We'll talk about the organization. But when I'm selling myself, this is Donvin. This is the solution I'm offering you as Donvin in this place. I am a trainer, I am this, and I train. There's someone called Prudence Ashan. No, stop saying trainer. As she goes ahead and says, say you train on ICT, say you train on this, which actually works, because I've realized that when I just say train, I leave people answering, what do you train on? So I've taught myself to figure out this person I'm meeting, could they be interested in systems? Could they be interested in finance or communications? So if you go to energy space right now, I'm known as an MC. They don't know this. So there are some people who meet me and they hear Donvin is an accountant and they're like, Donvin, accountant. Yet there are people who meet the accountant and learn Donvin, MC. Accountant, MC. But I've learned what space and what position. So in this energy space, the accountant is being met pole. But what is known is that person is an MC, a communications person. Are we clear? So one, name. Two, what is your solution? And three, call to action. Call to action. This is where they've probably given you a few minutes, you've said where you are, and then if they're moving, if they don't, ask me, say, I would like to interact with you more. Do you think the areas you can work together? Then the person comes to you, yes, you think interact, and there you normally tread very carefully. Because there's someone who will not give you their contact, someone who will tell you, I'd like to reach out to you further. How do you then suggest to connect? Don't be quick to ask for people's phone numbers because some are not comfortable. But you can ask, how can I contact you? They say, yes, it's okay, we can continue. Then how can I contact you? They'll tell you, reach out to me in the office. Then try that. Because you'll go asking us, some of the CEOs for their contact, they're like, I reach out to you. And it leaves you with you know those moments, awkward moments, you don't know the next step. You ask somebody for their contact and they are like, I'll reach out to you. So you have a window, instead of saying that, I'd like to reach out to you, how do you prefer? You get in touch. Then they tell you either email, then they will give you the email. The business can say that, here's my business card, and maybe they say, if they say I'll reach out to you, say, here's my business card, take it, reach out. While business cards are considered outdated, the environments where that is where it works. Because for example, CEO, for example, one you find a, let's talk of one of the major partners, JZ, you get their country director, so to speak. They may not remove their phone at every stage and say, oh, you're Flamin, let me take your number. Then let me take your number. Let me take your contacts. No. But you have a special window to say, okay, here's my business card. Then you can let me know how to reach out. So sometimes they pick them and later, when they're doing their things, they could easily just pick your card and reach out. So then they say, can you engage this person and let them reach out to you? Are you together? So you've actually given the prerogative to reach out to you or give you their contacts for you to reach out to them. So you've not created that awkward moment where they say, oh wait. Are you together? And that's the same strategy you use if you found yourself boarding a lift and you landed with this person you had to leave him and they're like, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I boarded a lift I got the privilege in your safari here and I've done a lift. Don't find yourself the person you need to be. So you know the excitement that comes and you're not sure where it starts from. You'll be looking for this person. Now you found them in the lift. You don't know whether you want to ask for that partnership. You don't know whether you want to say my proposal is on the table. And that's the moment you say, hi, my name is Donvin. I'll give you the latest probably what I'm bringing you. Hi, my name is Donvin. I help people improve their public speaking, tell their stories of the good work they've done through public speaking and coaching them. You're working with the team around here. Please, I'm glad to have met you. I would love to engage with you further if this is something like this. doable or acceptable. Okay. Oh, you're the person who's doing this. You see, you just gave what you're doing. Oh, you're the person who's doing. Nice. You can pass by my office and we can have a conversation. You need lift. How many seconds did it take me to do that? What 30 seconds? So by the time they are lighting, if they want to talk with me more, they'd be like, pass by my office. If I came and I told I'm a consultant who does this, then like they probably don't even know that consultancy. Are you together? Is that clear? Are we better? Let me jump a bit into the organization. How many of us have startups or organizations somewhere or you're doing a business? How many of us? We do. So you've gone to a forum and you want to introduce your business and you're thinking, where do I start? So you put your Wi-Fi, you come and you're launching ourselves in the market and want to report who we are. There's usually that temptation to give them everything. We are doing mentorships, we are doing collaborations with universities, we are doing, which other something? We are doing advocacy and trying to push it. There's that temptation to want to say all this. I'll challenge you this day to go, take a few minutes, and not a few, because a few is a lie. Go take some time, write what we do as YFC in a paragraph. Refine it over and over and over. Remove the redundant words. So that even if you step somewhere and you ask, what do? You don't find yourself struggling to say all those things, but you speak what you do. Key point number one, when you're talking about what you do, learn to speak it from the point of impact rather than from the point of negativity. Have you understood? When you talk about what you do from the point of impact, then you're saying output. Because people are resonating with, people resonate easily with what do I want to affect outside there, rather than we hold meetings, we hold trainings, we partner with them. But for the young people, when you partner with them, what is our aim? Our aim when we mentor SMEs is to get them investor ready. So if I'm introduced that to a partner who's coming and says, hi, my name is Donvin, we work with Youth for Sustainable Energy. We as Youth for Sustainable Energy work with startups, mentoring them, preparing them, and helping them be investor ready by ensuring that they have good systems that are able to provide accountability and sustainability. Glad to interact and partner with you in this journey. Have you seen the introduction? So when I talk about that, then if I'm speaking to a donor, then they're thinking, oh, there are startups that you're dealing with. You're getting them ready. Do you have any that are ready? Do you have any that you can see? They've already seen that. Are you together? If I was speaking to a startup which needed that, then they'd be thinking, what then do I need to do to be part of the startups that are coming into this? Are you together? If I was coming to introduce Youth for Sustainable Energy on the angle of partnership with universities, then I'm saying, hi, my name is Donvin. We work with students in the university, helping them to understand what is happening out there and preparing them for the market, giving them real knowledge and connections with real experts in the space so that they're able to be ready. Together. I would refine that over and over so that I find the right words that speak to me. Together. You do that, refine it over, say it, share it with someone, share it with a mentor until they get to a point where they're like, now I get it. When you speak impact, different people find areas where they come in. Then they can ask you, how do you do this? Then they ask you, when they ask you how, then now you get deeper conversation. Like, are you together? When you do that, then the organization introduction is what you do feel if you're invited and you're told you're coming to sit on a panel as a member of, coming as a representative of Clean Cooking Association Kenya. At that point, you may not be telling us exactly what field is, but if you're invited as CCAK, then on that panel you're telling us CCAK, what CCAK does. Are we together? You've gone to panels up, so tell us what the organization does. And someone goes round and round and round. By the time they're done, you're wondering, umesema? Na what? When you go there, you have to answer that question. Do your homework. CCK does a lot of things. Ekobora does a lot of things. But ask yourself, for the purpose of this meeting, which activity or which line of the organization resonates with this forum? Then your introduction then is limited to that line of activity that is relevant to that panel conversation. So that when the conversation proceeds, as people are asking questions, they can actually ask you direct questions that connect with what you do. That is how you win. You know, you go to a panel, how many people? 4 people. But you've seen panels where 4 people take the stage, but questions seem to be directed to one panelist. People seem to be speaking to one person. Everybody wants to, and so one person was left thinking, mbona mimi siongeleshwi? Mbona mimi siulizwi swali? Because your intro did not tell us exactly what you do. Your intro told us many things, or your intro told us many things, but did not focus on the theme of the function. So even the moderator struggles to know which question to throw to you. Because if I'm a moderator and I understand Youth for Sustainable Energy does this for this, then when a question comes, then I easily direct it to the right in the right direction. But if you tell us 100 things, then we'll leave you to answer general questions. The problem with general questions is general questions can be handled by anyone. And if you're answering questions that are being handled by anyone, then it means we will not remember you. So for us to remember you, we challenge you this day. When you go, when you're invited as a panelist, read the concept very well, come back, look at your organization very well, pick the key things that are catchy about your organization, drop them there. I was coaching someone and they asked me, Donvin, but we do very many things. Why should I leave other things? I want to talk about everything. How do you cut that down? The human brain records 3 things. So what you do, say, my name is Donvin. I come from Clean Cooking Association of Kenya. Within Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, we do a number of things. Just to mention one line. For the purpose of this forum, this is what you do. Then now, you dive directly into what is relevant to that session. But I'd be glad to answer any question on all the other things that we handle during the Q&A. Have you seen how you've handled that? You've told them in one line what you do, build on what the theme is about, then conclude by telling them that, you know what, even the other things, if you have a question, I'll be glad to answer. Are we clear?
Mm-hmm.
Any question?